Welcome sa ating Art Smart with me, Teacher Precious! So today we're gonna make another print. So when you say print, it's the transferring of a paint or maybe crayon to another surface. Okay, so ang gagawin natin today, mag-print making din ulit tayo. Okay. So aside from brushes, gagamit tayo ng ibang objects. Okay, so pwedeng gumamit ng cotton buds or pwede ring fingers, or pwede ring yung dulo ng pencil, yung eraser ng pencil, kung wala kayong pang-stamp. If you don't have paint, pwedeng crayons, di ba? If you don't have paint, you can also use crayons. But our topic today is about pointillism. Alam niyo ba kung ano ang pointillism? Pointillism? Alam niyo ba yung pointillism? Pag sinabing pointillism. So, pointillism is, yes, making a big image, diba? Using mga dots. So, it's a technique in which hundreds of small dots or dashes of color are applied to canvas or another surface. So, hindi naman kailangan hundreds. Pwede naman kahit mga 20, 30, kung ano lang yung kaya nyo. Okay? So, ito ay very simple lang na pointillism na landscape or flowers. Pwede kayong gumawa ng actually kahit anong object. Just use your imagination or you can copy from a reference. And I will be using cotton buds. Lagi ko ito ginagamit because sometimes it's difficult to control the tip of a paintbrush. Actually, mas may control pa yung Q-tip or yung cotton buds. Pwede rin naman gumamit ng ibang pantatak. Pwedeng fingers. If you want a big dot, pwedeng fingers. You can also use fingers. You can also try experimenting with other objects. Pwede ring oil pastel. See, in here, I used cotton bud. Pakita ko lang ha. But, you can use oil pastel or crayons din to create your dots. Pero, you should create like a doorknob stroke. Parang nagbubukas ng doorknob. Alam mo yung pinto, pag ganun. So, pag ganito, wag lang dot kasi if you do dot, walang nangyayari. Dapat, technique lang ha. Practice tayo sa oil pastel. Kapag ganyan, di ba, wala masyado. See? Can't see. Can't even see. Dapat, pabilog. Kumari, you drop and then swirl. Ganun. Kita nyo ba? Yan. Tingnan nyo. Dot. Swirl. Iikot nyo. Turn. Dot and turn. Dot and turn. Practice kayo. Yan. Pag you're using oil pastel or crayons, ha? Kailangan solid yung dots nyo. So, it's nicer. If you're using paint, you'll just use cotton buds and dip it. Madali lang. Okay? So, are you ready? Try pa. Sige, try natin. Try nyo muna nga. Try nyo. You try first. Kailangan yung dots nyo ay solid and round. Yan o, swirl. Dot and turn. Dot, turn. Dot, turn. Kasi kapag ginanong-ganon nyo lang, tingnan nyo. O, diba? Hindi halos kita, tapos hindi same size. Hindi masyado maganda. Better talaga yung kapag dot, turn. Iikot nyo. Okay ba? Naintindihan po? The foundation in pointillism are your points or your dots. So, you have to make your dots nice. Kailangan maganda yung dots. Ayan. Okay na? Ready na? Okay. So, ngayon, gagawa muna ako ng backdrop. Okay. So, in here, I'll just make a backdrop. First, I'll make the sky. So, half lang nung paper yung gagawin ko kasi gusto ko yung half, mga flowers. Okay, so meron akong water dito. And always try to use 2 water containers kung magpipaint kayo. If you're using oil pastel, you can color the sky din, light blue, with crayons. Okay? Di man kailangan na. Ilalagyan ko lang ng layer. And then first, the wet on wet, di ba? Wet muna. So, water lang. Kalahati lang, babasain ko kasi ayoko nga bumaba yung paint lahat. So I just wet half. I'm using watercolor paper. If you're using oil pastel, mas madali kasi hindi nyo na kailangan masyadong iyan. And then, while it's still wet, kita nyo ba yung wet? Yan, you know it's wet when it's shiny, but not dripping. Dapat hindi tumutulo. Kasi pag tumulo, mahirap yun. Tapos kuha lang tayong paint. Kuha lang ako ng paint sa sky. Pwede din kayo actually maglagay ng rainbow. Tapos yung taas lang yung lalagyan ko. At dahil basa yung paper, kusa siyang bababa. Yan. Pero gusto ko kasi gradient or faded. Gusto ko faded. I wanted to fade from here, dark blue to light blue. So what I'll do, pag hugasan niyo yung brush, ngayon, meron na kayong malinis na brush, isa-swipe nyo dito. Yan, para dahan-dahan nag-fade yung paint or yung color. Ayan. Magagawa nyo to sa watercolor paper. But if you're using ordinary yung cotton bond or bond paper, baka hindi siya mag-work. That's the difference of watercolor paper and ordinary paper. Okay, now meron na akong sky. I will do the grass part. Ang gamit ko dito ay cardboard. Kumuha lang ako ng cardboard or folder. You have your practice sheet. This is our practice sheet. Practice sheet. Practice. Para dito kayo mag-experiment. Okay? It's nice to have a practice sheet always ready so that you can explore, experiment, and make mistakes and learn from it. So, ba yan? So, yung green, lalagyan ko lang ng green dito sa dulo. Pwede nyo isaw-saw yung ito sa green paint or you can add green dito sa paintbrush. Yan. Lagay ko dito. Practice tayo. Practice. Sub ko lang to. Green. Ibigyan natin ng green to. O kaya isaw-saw nyo. Pwede rin, experiment kayo kung anong mag-work. Tapos, pwede nyo siyang stamp. Oops, kulang pa. Yan. So, ito yung practice. So, di ba, una wala. Pero pangalawa, meron na. But dito, nag-fade na. So, you have to refill it or pwede nyo lagyan ulit ng isa pang paint. Yan. So, practice lang. So, ganun ko siya ginawa. Okay. Sige, try ko ha. Gumawa nun. Tapos, letter V. And yung grass. And yung grass nyo, pwedeng hindi lang ganito. Pwede ring may bushes. Mamaya, pakita ko. Yan o. Nagtupi na. Yan. Gawa tayo. Tapos yung isa naman, pwedeng gawa sa crumpled tissue. So, when you say print, diba, print, you're adding paint on another surface, kagaya nito. I'm adding paint here. Naglalagay ako ng pintura dito. Tapos, ito yung gagamitin ko to apply paint dun sa surface or sa paper. And I can make repeating patterns. I can make it I can repeat it. Pwede nyo ulit-ulitin. Ganun ng print. Ito yung grass. Pero, pwede rin iba. Pwede rin crumpled tissue. Let's try. Try natin. Okay, try natin naman yung crumpled tissue or crumpled paper. Pwede rin yun. Kaso mas meron akong crumpled paper. Pwedeng ganyan, pang stem. Pwede rin naman brush. Pwede rin tinidor. Pwede rin fork. So, keep your practice sheet ready. So, you can explore and experiment. Ha? Kasi pwede rin na meron kayong alam na hindi ko alam. Diba? Pero mang crumpled paper or tissue. Kuha akong crumpled paper dito. Nakuha ng grass. Brown naman, brown. Kunwari, medyo may lupa sa gilid. Kala nga, try ko itong crumpled paper na lukot-lukot. Subukan ko lang. Oh, di ba may texture? Para hindi boring na flat lang na na brown. Hindi ganito kakinis, oh. Diba? Yung sky, tinan nyo, smooth. Kaya hindi ko ginamitan ng texture kasi gusto ko smooth yung sky. Actually, mukha ring underwater. You can also create underwater theme. Pwede ring trees. Lagyan natin ng konting yellow. You know, when you paint, huwag lang isang... Yung pointillism lalagay ko lang sa flower, yung pointillism na technique. Yan. Pero, yung the rest, prints, ibang klase ng prints. Okay. Ngayon, yan, gagawin kong ganito siya sa akin. Hindi masyado balanced. Then, we will create the dots or points. So, pwede naman na random. When you say random, kahit saan, you just make an impression that there's tiny flowers. Or you can create one big illustration, one big flower, parang ganon. So, ngayon, dito, mayroon akong paint. Sausaw ko lang sa water. And then, kuha tayo. Anong color unahin natin? Orange. Yan. Orange yung gitna. Gagawin kong orange yung gitna. Tapos, mayroong yellow sa paligid. Pwede rin ng mga dots lang ganito. So, pili lang ako. Okay. So, kapag if you're using paint, madali lang. Dots lang. But, if you're using yan. Oops. Yan. Tapos, pwede rin may konting red. Yan. Red. Pwede nyo pagdikit-dikitin, pwedeng hindi. It's up to you. You explore. You can explore and experiment. Yan. I'll add yellow. Okay, remember when you use yellow paint, make sure to use clean water. But look, oh, if you press harder, the circles, the dots will become bigger pag diniinan nyo, diba? Okay, so if you're using watercolor like mine, hindi siya kagana kung dark yung papatungan nyo. But if you're using acrylic or poster paint, pwede niyang mapatungan yung color sa ilalim. Then do it slowly and carefully. Sometimes kasi, one common things to avoid when you're doing pointillism, yung ganito, oh, yung nagiging check, yung points. Is that a point? Or is this a point? Minsan kasi, kakamadali, gumaganon na yung point. Hindi na points. Check na siya. Hindi na siya pointillism. Yan. So, in here, I did not mix the orange dun sa yellow, but you can actually try it. You can actually experiment and try it. Actually, pwede ka i-mix dito ng konti. Konti lang. May-mix ko lang ng konti sa yellow. Para naman mag-blend. Hindi. Mas maganda pala yung hiwa-hiwalay. Para kita talaga yung dots. Sa pointillism, mas maganda kita yung individual dots. So, pag nagdikit-dikit yung wet parts, hindi na nakikita yung dots. Nagiging blob na lang siya ng paint. So, try to keep the dots circles, like kita yung bilog. Let it wait to dry para hindi siya mag-mix doon sa isa. Yan. So, this is a very basic example. Magpapakita pa akong isa sa inyo paano naman yung mas realistic. Hindi man realistic, mas yung may highlights and shadows. How to use highlights and shadows with pointillism. And gawa tayo ng butterfly. Or insect, or clouds. Finger na lang gagamitin ko. Practice muna tayo, di ba? Okay, practice. May practice kasi kahit ako hindi ko sure. So, it's nice that you have a practice sheet. Gagawa ko ng 4-fingered butterfly. Yan. Yan. So, gawa muna ako ng stem, oil pastel na lang. Pwede rin cotton buds. Tapos, fingers nila. Actually, better pa rin talaga yung cotton bud kasi mas may control. But look, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ay, na-dry na. Oh, when it's dry, you wet it again. Pwede niyo adjust ng konti. There, o diba? It's my butterfly. Tapos, pwede na naman konti designan. Ngayon, masyadong dark to. I will lift it by erasing it with cotton buds. Ayan. Lifting ang tawag when you erase color sa watercolor. Ayan. Kasi it's too light. It's too dark, I think. Pero like I mentioned, if you're using ordinary paper, minsan hindi nyo na siya mabubura. Yun yung difference ng watercolor. Pwede ko pang darkan to ilalim. Ayan, di ba? Pampa-texture o mga bato-bato. Pwede nyo drawing isa-isa. Isang bato, brown. O yan. And then look at the difference, di ba? Ito yung brush lang. This is the ordinary brush. Very smooth. But this is the textured one with prints. See, with prints, you can actually create texture. You can also create highlights and shadows. Yan. Diba? Yan. Yan. Parang landscape siya. When you create a bird, make sure your paint is dry. Tapos, yung gitna, mas tinatabaan ko. There. Okay? Okay, yan. So, how was your work? Ay, pwede rin palang lagyan ng leaves. Wait lang. Dahon. Para controlled, I'll just use... Pwede naman pero pwede na rin din all pass. Ay, ito. Leaves, tingnan nyo. Yan, di ba? Okay. There. So, this is my landscape. So, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Know your art, be art smart.